Well, good morning, boys and girls. We're going to be thinking together about what does Jesus' miracles try and tell us? What's he trying to tell us through the miracles that he does? Hopefully, I'm going to be able to share my screen with you, and you'll be able to have a little think about this together for a few moments now. Let me try and find my PowerPoint. And there we go. Hopefully, this is what you can see. What's Jesus trying to tell us as we spend some time thinking about one of the miracles? Before Jesus started doing any miracles or any teaching about what it was like to live with God as king, and before that happened, he went along as an adult to a wedding. You might remember it talks about it in John chapter 2 in the Bible. John writes down what happens at the wedding in Cana. Jesus goes along to this wedding, and if you've ever been to a wedding, you'll know it's essentially a great big party, isn't it? There's a lot of celebration, a lot of fun to be had. And Jesus is expecting a great party, and so is everyone who's going. Great party. But this party would have lasted a whole week. And don't worry, you would have been able to go to sleep and you would have been able to go in and out. But there had been a whole range of celebration. It would have been a wonderful thing, a big, big family gathering. All the friends locally would come. And you would kind of say something in your hosting of the party. And if you hosted a great party, people might talk about it for ages. If you hosted a rubbish party, people might talk about it for ages, but not in a good way. So the party is really important. And Jesus is one of the guests. Now, I don't know about you. I love party food, little cocktail sausages. Oh, they're great. Bits of party rings, little cucumber sandwich. I don't like the cucumber sandwich. I want the cake. All the great things. But what would you think if you went to a party and you started to notice the food and the drink is running low? Oh no. Now, what would you think? What would you think? Well, I've got this question for you. You might not be able to see it properly. Let me read it to you. What would you think if you went to a party and the food and drink ran out? What would you think if that happened? I'm going to suggest that the adult in the room pauses the video and you guys have just a moment thinking about that question. If you went to a party and you noticed that the food and drink were running out, what kind of things would you think of the party and of the host? Well, hopefully you paused the video, had a little chat about that. If that was me, maybe I said what you said. I think this is a pretty rubbish party. Meant to last a week and already they're running out of food. I think, I didn't eat before coming because I thought there was going to be lots of food. But now maybe I've made a mistake. Not sure this is going to be a great party. You would begin to question it, wouldn't you? Well, in that culture back then, they would have thought the same kind of things. Can you see? It's got the word shame on it here. The guy's outcast on the edge of things. That's how Jesus, the host of the party, might have been feeling. And this one says dishonor. It's like your life is getting smashed. And this would be a huge, huge deal. A wedding, a once in a lifetime event. To run out of food or drink would be really, really dishonoring. Or you might feel so guilty and shamed that you just feel you have to kind of hide your face. You go out in public and you don't want people to see you. Now, the person who was in charge of the party was the groom, the man, okay? The man getting married, he was in charge. So it would suggest to him, he's not going to be a very good husband. He's not going to be a very good dad in due course. He's not going to be a great person for you guys to have married. Oh, this is really, really not good, is it? So if you were at the party, what would you do? If you were hosting, how would you react? What would you do? I wonder what you would do. You might want to pause the video again and think, what would you do? Would you run to the local Tesco and try and get some more food or drink? What would you do? Pause it, have a little chat, and then unpause and we'll see. Well, hopefully you had a little think about what you might do in that kind of setting. Well, there wasn't a local Tesco and there's hundreds of guests. You can't just get food for them really, really easily, can you? You can't just get drink for them. But Jesus was at the party and Jesus' mother Mary noticed that the party was running out of drink. There was no party, no wine to keep the party going. And so she said to Jesus, can you do something about this? And Jesus said, look, it's not the start yet of the time where I'm going to reveal to people how to live with God as king. That's coming later. But she said, doesn't matter. Could you do something about this now? So Jesus goes over to these big water jars. They've just got water in them. They'd be used for kind of washing your hands. And that's what the water would be in. And it's not anything too fancy. There are 6 of them. I know there's more in this picture. There's 6 of them lined up. Jesus, with just a word, just a command, transforms the water into wine. He does it so that the party will continue, so the bridegroom won't be ashamed and embarrassed. He does it without many people even noticing. And this is what they say afterwards. This is better than even before. This is better. They say most people, they give the best food and drink at the start, but you've saved the best till last. And who gets all the credit? Not Jesus, but the groom of the party. He gets all the credit. He says, this is a great party. You've done a great thing. So instead of it being a shamed, disgrace thing, he's now seen as being a brilliant person. We see in this little picture that Jesus transforms lives. Jesus is about changing people's lives for the better. It's not about following rules. It's not about doing the right things and having to obey. It's about a life that's changed. And of course, it points a picture for us of a great party that will come one day. A great party that will go on and on and on, that you will never want to leave. A great party with Jesus, the King in heaven. Let me say a prayer for us. Thank you, God, for Jesus, the rescuer, the transformer of lives. Thank you that he saved this person from disgrace and honor and brought him into a great place and status in the community. And thank you for that party to come. Help us see how we can get there too. Amen. Well, boys and girls, thank you so much for being part of a few moments of assembly. I really enjoyed this week getting to go up and see year 6 on their residential, and hopefully before too long, I'll be able to pop again to school and see you guys in person rather than just on the screen. But for now, it's a chance for me to say thank you and goodbye. See you guys soon. Bye for now. Bye.